Did we like overanalyze this much last time?
I don't think so.
I feel like we didn't. I feel like you just sat down and we were like, Lego, $50 extra for just 2 inches. She's like, do those 2 inches really matter? I'm like, said no guy ever. Hey guys, it's Eshani, aka Total Makeup Junkie 101. So today I am here with one of my best friends. I'm sure you guys remember her. Her name is Munnat. In case you guys follow me on Instagram, she's on my Instagram all the time.
All the time.
She's my Uber driver. That's kind of our inside joke because I feel like every time we're on my Instagram stories, she's driving me somewhere, which is fantastic. So today we are here doing a follow-up to our Q&A video that we posted about a year ago now. I went on my Instagram and told you guys to ask us questions, and I also have a little story time that we're going to share with you guys because I get this question a lot. The question I get asked a lot is, what got you into makeup? I don't think Munnat knew this.
I had no idea.
For the
I
longest
was involved whatsoever.
But it was actually her. It's the craziest story, and it's funny looking at it now that I do, you know, makeup full time basically, and my whole life revolves around makeup, and her whole life does not.
No.
You can thank her in the comments for, you know, my channel even existing because it's all thanks to her. The story goes like this. We were in high school. What I remember from this time period is that a Sephora opened up. It was the first Sephora opened up in our little town sophomore year of high school. It was the very end of freshman year.
Yeah.
The weird reason I remember that is because I remember we took PE the summer after our freshman year.
Oh yeah, so we could get it done. Yeah.
And I remember you were talking to our PE teacher about the Sephora opening.
No way.
I swear to God.
The first time, like, my mom bought me, like, real makeup, we'd gone to Santa Monica and gone to Sephora. She actually bought me stuff from Too Faced.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I remember you knew what Sephora was, I didn't, and I just remember this conversation because I was like, I don't know what that is.
I'm surprised I was talking about it with, like,
a PE teacher.
But,
So I assume it was probably that winter. You went to Sephora and got this holiday palette by Too Faced. Do we want to show the palette first?
We can show the palette.
So we have the palette.
The original from like 10 years
It's literally a 10-year-old palette. Yeah. So this is what it looked like. I'm going to show you mine and then we'll show you hers after because hers is a little used and abused. But this is sort of what it looks like. It's a book, and then on the inside you have a blush, a bronzer, 3 lip colors, which as you can see have never been touched, a little mirror, and then this little thing slides out and you have 9 shadows and a mini shadow insurance. So it was a cute little value set. So why this palette now? Out of all the ones that were in Sephora, why this one?
I'm pretty sure it was because it was pink. It had Marie Antoinette on it, and I love her, and like your last video, I basically love anything with like French history. So I'm pretty sure I picked it for like that reason.
So I remember going over to your house and you were so excited. She was really, really excited and just saying how she got this new makeup palette and how it was just such a good value, such a good deal. And your girl over here who knows nothing about makeup, I was like, okay, whatever. So she shows this palette and I looked at it and I was like, oh, it is really cute. Again, it has Marie Antoinette on the front. It was just a cute looking palette. And she tells me that she paid $40 for it. At the time, in my head, I was like, $40? This girl paid $40 for makeup? And now we would be lucky if we found a holiday palette that was less than $60. Now all the holiday palettes average $60 and I usually buy them all.
You do. I'm pretty sure this is like the last palette I bought.
So let's show them your used and abused palette.
Yeah, you can open it because I'm pretty sure like little things are gonna fall out.
So I don't know if you guys can tell on the camera. We've got Munnat's over here, which looks approximately 7 shades browner than mine. So this blush, this hot pink blush,
I don't know what I was thinking,
is gone. I don't know if you ate it.
No. But I'm pretty sure I didn't know how to use like the other stuff, so blush was like...
So this is the palette. I don't want to tilt it all the way because the crumbles will fall everywhere. You didn't touch the bronzer at all.
I didn't.
So the brown wasn't your thing. The hot pink though, that got eaten. And then the eyeshadows, you don't have the shadow, but like the eyeshadows are, you know, semi-used.
Weirdly enough, the pink.
The pink, like maybe because you ran out of the blush.
I'm pretty sure I could have done that.
Closest thing.
It looks like the exact same shade. What if I was doing that? I don't remember, but like...
Wouldn't be shocked. And Munnat, there's like brush hairs and crap in the lip.
I know.
Why were you using a brush in the lip
I
product?
probably wasn't, but probably from that it flaked. I don't know.
You really used and abused that blush, girl. I don't know. And I don't even know what happened to the front of your palette. Why is it like lumpy? Here's
It
the
looks like
story.
I put like a hot tool on it.
Great, you used it as a flat iron holder.
I guess I did.
So she really
what it
treasured
looks
this
like.
palette. This $40 was very well spent. Well, that blush was probably worth
blush.
it. So what I remember is her showing me this palette in my head, thinking $40 was ridiculous. But then a little part of me was like, it is kind of cute. Like it's pink. It's kind of cute.
That's why I probably bought it. It was because it's pink and cute.
So I ended up going to Sephora the next day and buying it, as you could see, you know. And then I brought it home, and I think I started looking on the Sephora website and realizing that Too Faced isn't the only brand that does these kinds of palettes. Urban Decay had their Book of Shadows. Tarte had this giant holiday palette. So the day after that, I went back.
And bought more.
And I bought
I started
Urban Decay
an
one.
addiction.
I bought the Tarte one, and I think I bought another one, which I don't remember, but I remember within, I swear, like 3 days,
You went and bought.
I went from 0 makeup palettes to like 5. Well, that's the story, guys.
And I have no idea why I kept it. Like when she asked me if I still had
Yeah.
it, I went back home a few weeks ago and I was like, yeah, let me check. And it was like in my drawer. Like
That's
still
my
there.
favorite part of the whole
Yeah.
story, honestly, is that I knew why I kept it. It was my first palette, and I knew I probably wasn't going to get rid of it. When I told her the story recently, and she was like, I think I still have it in a drawer
Yeah.
at home. And the fact that you still had it, like yours is used and abused, I probably would have thrown that away a long time ago. And obviously this palette isn't available anymore. This was a long time discontinued palette. I'm never getting rid of mine. What are you going to do with yours?
Probably throw it away. I'm not going to keep it.
So that's the story of how Eshani got into makeup, all thanks to her best
me.
friend. And honestly, and we weren't even, like, we were really good friends at the time, but we had just met like 2 years before, a year and a half
A year
before.
yeah. Because we met.
Oh yeah, like 1 year before.
1 year, yeah.
So we were friends for 1 year, and then who would have thought that literally over 10 years later, we'd both still have our palettes that got me into makeup, and we'd still be best friends. Better best friends than we were back then.
It's pretty crazy.
It's like a story that was meant to be. We should write a book.
We should.
You want to jump into the Q&A portion?
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you that there's a question.
About like our favorite time together?
Something like that we're
Yeah.
not going to be able to answer.
No.
All right, let's do it. I asked you guys to ask us questions on my Instagram. If you don't follow us on Instagram, I will go ahead and write our names right here. But I did put up a Q&A post saying, ask me and my bestie questions, because we're going to go through and
nervous
answer
to
some.
hear these questions.
So any of the basic questions, like how did you guys meet, and like we answered a lot of questions in our previous
Yeah.
Q&A video. I'll link it below because that one will kind of go through, you know, the basics of our friendship. I'm going to go through some of the more creative questions today because I feel like those will be more fun.
Sounds good.
I am Bevan Lay asks, what is your favorite guilty pleasure? Lardy donuts are mine. It doesn't have to be food related though.
Reality television, anything on Bravo is my guilty pleasure. I can watch any of those shows and I pretty much watch all of them.
Oh, okay, the one show that I watch that like half the time I'm like, why am I watching this, is The Bachelor or The Bachelorette.
Yeah.
Because there's so many like such scripted scenes and so many just cringe-worthy
Yeah, we watch it
moments.
together and we were both looking for like, did they really do that? Yeah.
And I just want to be like, why am I investing my time in this? But then when the season ends, I'm ready for the next season.
Like we're counting down for
Oh,
end
I'm
of
ready.
May. Yeah.
I'm ready for it. Mirab_R asks, my question is, why is Munnat so awkward? I think it runs in the family, Mirab.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Thank you.
Kim versus Makeup asks, do you guys have any secret code words? For example, my friends and I had a code word we would drop into conversation if we weren't interested in a guy, usually someone who was coming on too strong or making us uncomfortable.
We've never come up with
We should though. That seems like a good idea. Okay, we do have like an SOS signal. Like I tell you if I'm going out on a date.
She goes out on a date.
And I tell you like,
she picks
hey,
an emoji and she's like, if I send you this emoji, like call me or like
with a major emergency
Yeah.
that like I need to go.
To leave.
BDR Foz asks, tell us a funny story about you two causing trouble with the devil horn emoji. Ooh, let's think. It's not causing trouble. It's just more.
It's really funny that I did that.
Doing really creepy things that only girls would do for each other. Like,
but that one with me being the only one on his live video was like.
Okay, I guess we'll just tell this really funny story. I was talking to this guy and we were following each other on Instagram and stuff. And then one day he randomly went live on like Instagram Live. And by the way, I go on Instagram Live every now and then too, so make sure you follow me on Instagram. But anyways, he went live and he doesn't have that many followers.
No.
So not that I think you can't go live on Instagram Live if you don't, but it was just a little random. And I got the notification that went live on Instagram. I was curious. I think as just a girl, you girls get it. You get it. We stalk our guys all the time. Guys we think are our guys and they're not our guys. But anyways, so I didn't want to check myself, but I told Munnat. I called her and I was like, hey, this guy's profile is public and he is live on Instagram Live. Can you log on and just see what he's doing? So she goes on his profile, clicks his Instagram Live, is watching it for a bit, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, you know, I'm on the phone. She's like, he's literally sitting and playing video games. Like, he's not even looking at the camera right now. I'm like, oh, okay. It was a solid like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, I was
on
like
Instagram
waiting.
Live.
I was like, oh, okay, let's see if he says something interesting or.
And then it wasn't until a couple minutes in that you were like, wait a second, and then you were like, am I the only person watching?
Only one watching his live video, and I was like, oh my god.
This is what best friends do for each other.
Basically.
Though. Like literally, I would only ask a best friend to do this, and I love that you never hesitate. That's my favorite part. If I tell you, oh, can you like quickly go check this, or oh, it looks a little scary. Can you like check on this person?
Yeah.
She'll do it. She won't even like be like, Eshani again. Like, oh.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been like, don't make me do this.
No,
like I was
never.
Like,
Cheryl Allen asks, what is both of your favorite things to do together? Like a place to hang out, for example.
Well, we love brunch.
Oh my gosh,
love brunch.
We love to eat.
Yeah, brunch always. I think is one of our favorite things
brunch
to do.
Lot. Christina CT asks, what makeup products do you have that Munnat loves and Eshani hates, and vice versa? Okay. So this Maybelline mascara that you love, it's called the Lash Sensational.
I'm wearing it now.
What is it? The Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect.
It's the one in like the blush like too.
Girl, is it not Full Fan Effect?
I don't think that's what it's called.
I would be so proud of myself if that was
Can we
it.
grab it? It's in my purse. It's right there.
Okay, yeah, we'll grab it. Okay. Does it not say Full Fan Effect on the back?
Nope.
What? Munnat! It says it right there. Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect. The Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect. Eshani got that one right, and she doesn't even do Maybelline mascaras. So I'm never a big fan of Maybelline mascaras. There's only one that I really like, which is their new, the Total Temptation. That one's fantastic. Never been a big fan of these ones, but she loves it, and it works on her lashes so well. Okay, last question. Aaron.Pock asks, what did you think about Eshani when she started YouTube? Like, would she have success, and do you feel like she's different on camera than in person? Love you, Eshani. I love you too. Okay, so let's start with, what did you think about Eshani when she started YouTube? What did you think? Because I've never asked you this before.
Yeah, you haven't.
I don't know how you found out. Like, did someone tell you?
No, I'm pretty sure you told me, but like probably after your initial. Like, I don't think it was like.
Because I know I didn't tell any of my friends when I started. Yeah. And actually, the first friend who found out, because she found out herself, was Nikki. Oh. And she was watching a YouTube video. I don't know whose it was, but one of my videos popped up in the recommended on the side, and she was like, is that Eshani? And she clicked it, and it was me. And then I remember going to her birthday party. It was like the next day. I went to her house, and I go to her house, and there's so many people at her house. And I walk in, and she whispers in my ear, she's like, I saw you on YouTube.
As like, I think when I started going to IMAX with you, and then like the other event, I was like, oh, it's growing, because you told me that you were. I think at IMAX was the first time someone recognized you too, that first year.
Yeah.
And I think that moment, I was like, oh my god.
When I was dating this guy, and we had gone to this cinnamon roll place in Echo Park. Where
you did tell me. No, you told me this story.
I told you the story?
Yeah. Oh,
okay, it was literally the craziest story. I'll tell you guys then. So it was this cinnamon roll place, really small place. Me and this guy I was dating, we went in, and you custom create your own cinnamon rolls, and there were so many options. We were standing there for a solid 15 minutes trying to decide what cinnamon rolls to make. There was just one guy working there, and then We ended up giving him our ordering. He made our cinnamon rolls. We got them. We went outside to sit, and it's, again, a small shop. We were the only people there. They had tables outside, so we were sitting outside, but my date went inside to grab napkins. And then I see him through the window that he's talking to the guy, the worker there, and they're talking for a solid, like, 5 minutes, okay? And then they look at me, and the guy's, like, pointing, and then I'm like, oh my God, they're talking about me. What are they saying about me now? Then he comes out, my date comes out, and sits back down, and I'm like, what just happened? And he's like, oh, he actually recognized you from YouTube.
Oh my God.
And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. He told me, he asked me when I went in to grab the napkins, is she on YouTube? And he was like, yeah. And then he was like, I definitely watch her videos. He was like, I didn't want to say anything to her because I got really nervous, but I wanted to ask you. And he's like, yeah, she is on YouTube. So
that's so cute.
It's crazy. So yeah. I didn't get that personal experience. That was my date got that recognition, but that was pretty cool. There was another question here, which was, did you feel like I would have success on YouTube?
I felt like when you started taking me to those things, and the first time the fan came up to you was when I thought, like, oh,
that's fair.
Yeah.
And then there was one more. It says, do you feel like she's different on the camera than in person?
No. You're like the exact same person. Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. Alrighty guys, so that is everything. That is getting to know me and my best friend. Again, like I said, I'll link our original Q&A video down below. I hope you guys had fun with this story time too with our OG palettes. Yours is probably going to be trashed.
It's sad because like the story is so cute, but I can't keep this.
Mine is going to be like behind glass or something because this is what started it all. I wouldn't even have Ronnie if it wasn't for this. Can you believe that?
Guys, it's all thanks to me. It's really cute. I'm like blushing.
Are you, or is it the pink blush?
No, it's not the pink blush.
Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching.
Thanks.
And thanks Munnat for being
no problem.
here. I really
like your
appreciate
questions,
it.
guys. They're fun. Thank you.
And I will talk to you in my next video on Thursday. I'll see you then.
Okay.
Bye. Guys.